All right, everyone, how about 3 quick cards and a bottom card with me? I pulled a very powerful and rather intense Cancer energies update today. Cancer is the hot spot of the connection cycle. Everybody should check that out, although I have to say, it is some crazy shit. 2 towers, my God. You know, it's quite a reading. That said, I'm pulling 3 cards and a bottom card with me to take a look at the energies right now because it's a real roller coaster ride. I know the first half of the month is about the crossroads, and just before in the second half energies pick up speed, and just before Saturn and the North Node have sextile with each other, and there's a big eclipse right after that. It's a big deal. Lots of energy, speed picking up, lots of change happening, forward traction on things, fine. But this, where we are right now, there's a lot of energy here, and it's volatile. It is. 1 minute it's smooth, the next minute it's choppy, it's bumpy. It's a real roller coaster ride. I'll just tell you, because I'm pulling on the incoming energy here, but I will just tell you, please, I say it again, que sera, sera. Some of you, I see from your tweets and things, aren't getting the concept of que sera, sera, of whatever will be, will be. Whatever the hell comes up, whatever you're doing, if it's dreams, if it's feelings that are coming up, just allow it to flow. It's okay. It's all for the greater good, and it'll all help you later in the month when things pick up speed between the middle toward end of April all the way up through the middle of November. All right, that said, I've got a pre-shuffle here. All right, we're going to talk about the incoming energy. So what's going on here? What's going on the other side of the coin, the runner's side, if you will? Well, okay, it's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you. Doesn't matter what your sign is. This is straight up energy reading, okay? If you're here for a reason, for sure, for this reading. All right, it's timeless because you're all moving at different speeds on your timeline. I got a devil staring at me here. I shuffle before I hit the record button, hence pre-shuffle. And I asked the universe, let's just have a chat. Me and the fickle old gal universe. What's going on? The surface energy. In the surface energy, I get the devil. That's a big deal. All right. Granted, the devil can't get into the soul. It deals with, it's low vibration. It deals with surface energy. But it's permeating the surface if it's right here, if it's the top card. Devil energy, crossed by the Page of Pentacles, with a Knight of Cups, a 7 of Wands, a 6 of Cups, and a 3 of Swords bookending the devil. All these cards, I can fan them out like a goddamn poker hand. Say one thing. Somebody's being forced to look at their demons right now. Somebody's being forced to see what they don't have. Not what they do have, right? That they often kind of bullshit themselves about. This person here, as much as they'd love to keep this connection at bay, it's not working. The 3 of Swords is very powerful. It shows how much love is here. It shows how, and again, I've got this Knight of Cups dead in the middle here. There's an urge to change things, but this is my card of the student. Somebody, and it's bookending all of this with this devil, bookending this 3 of Swords. Somebody is looking at their demons right now, at the things that hold them back, the things that have held them back. It's all flowing. I think they're fighting the current, is what I'm trying to say with this 7 of Wands. I think, and we talked about this in a recent reading. I talked about going down a river in an inner tube. I said, my friends all think it's Steve's luck, that things just seem to work out for me, right? Well, okay. No, I'm just going with the flow, enjoying the ride down the river. I don't try to fight the energy because I know I can't. All I can control is my reaction to it. And what I do, I behave like water. I take the shape of whatever I'm poured into. What most people do, and the reason they see it as Steve's luck, as they call it, well, it's not. But what most people do is they fight the current. They're flailing around like an asshole trying to fight a current that they can't fight when they should just be enjoying the ride. All right? You learn. All you have to do, everyone thinks life is hard. All you have to do to learn and grow and gain wisdom and keep that soul active is just flow with the energy. That's it. Just enjoy the ride. Sometimes the ride is choppy and sometimes it's smooth, but you learn a lot in the choppy, and the choppy helps you appreciate the smooth more. Somebody here is trying to fight the current, and the demons are all coming up for them to look at. You may pick up on that on your side, and I think I said this in the Taurus Mercury Extended. You may pick it up, if you're picking up on their energy, it might make you irritable. Because why? Because it's frustrating. It's frustrating. I'm trying to have a good time at the river, floating down on my inner tube, following the flow, and I took this friend with me, and there's some asshole trying to flail around in the I'm yelling back up, what are you doing? Come on, man, just chill out. Just enjoy the ride. And they're not. That's why the energy of the runner often reads as frustration, right? And frustration builds heat. It's a hot energy. If you think about it, if you want a 3D example, right, in the real life, IRL, in real life, think about on a hot day. It's a hot day. It's 100 degrees outside. It's hot, hazy, and humid. You get grumpy, right? And somebody says one thing, it sets you off, right? Yeah, frustration is heat. It's a hot energy. And this person here, they're building up a lot of heat. You know, we see it sometimes with the Two of Pentacles in this Witch's Tarot, where it's going around and around and it's getting hotter and hotter, starting to glow, right? Let's see. Let's pull 3 cards and a bottom card, just so you know what's going on. Think of it as an energy weather update. How about that? All right. Even the weather is volatile. You know, we got some horrible things happening here in the States with tornadoes beyond what we've seen before, you know. This coming hurricane season, they're going to start predicting a week out instead of 2 days. You know, they've changed completely around. The entire weather service has had to sit down and have a meeting and revamp the way they read the weather here on the damn planet. It's unreal. And weather is energy. You may think that doesn't matter. Well, what does that matter, Steve? It's raining in Omaha. Who cares? No, it matters. It matters a big deal. All right? It's not, everything is energy and everything is connected. And we've done a good job to knock the Earth's energy out of balance. And the whole universe energy is out of balance. The societal energies are out of balance. Everybody looking outside for approval rather than being their own best friend. This year's energy in particular is very conducive to you learning to be your own best friend. And you do that with sort of a ride the inner tube down the river. Kind of que sera, sera. Whatever happens, happens. Always be like water. Right? You'll learn a lot from the stuff that comes up. The truth is always healing, as I say. But it's not often kind. All right, let's see. Let's see what's going on. I'm pulling on the Devil and the 3 of Swords here. 3 cards and a bottom card. I've been shuffling the whole time I've been talking. The environmental energy around these runners right now, the incoming energy. Roles can be reversed, but I'm pretty good about separating it. I'm reading the incoming energy. You guys are the static energy that's here. 4 of Cups. Yeah. It's disappointment. It's a whole lot of woulda, coulda, shoulda. This guy wants a second chance for sure. I pick up on that. There's fear in here. There's fear of rejection. I mean, there's like 50 things going on here with this card. It's unreal. And through it all, it's funny. I just got done talking about Steve's luck and how I go down the river on the inner tube, and you got some asshole on the other side flailing around. I've got a flowing. The energy is flowing, right? Time is going to pass anyway, kind of concept here. Might as well bang Blondie. Why? Because time is going to pass anyway. Energy is flowing. Go with the flow. She there, you're alone, go for it. Somebody here disappointed that they didn't go for it. They're disappointed with all the demons that are coming up for them to look at. It's creating a massive 3 swords energy. Massive, okay? Absolutely. And they really are thinking about it. Fueling this 4 of Cups is the Hanged Man. He looked like he's thinking. He's a little defensive towards it. That's that 7 of Wands, right? The arms crossed. 7 of Wands. I said they're fighting the current. It's very frustrating. But they are looking at it. They are in the Hanged Man. The universe puts us here. We don't put ourselves in the Hanged Man. This is something here that's happening. The energy is flowing anyway. The energy provides opportunity. You might as well take the opportunity. You don't have to. You could flail around and fight the current if you want. But I guarantee you, someone like me who's flowing with the current is having a much better time at the river than someone who's flailing around trying to fight the current. No, I want to go this way. You know, no, that's not going to happen. That's how you get yourself caught up on the rocks. That's kind of what's happening here. Let's pull 3 cards. This energy will be crossing the center card. I pull. These are red, center, left, right. Here we go. Ace of Swords. A lot of truth. Archangel Michael energy. It's healing. It's truth. It's healing through truth. Truth isn't always kind. We already said there's a lot of truth coming up for this person about that devil energy. What's the center card? 10 of Wands. Yeah. There's a lot of pressure here. There is. Why is there pressure? Why is heat building up? Well, because somebody's fighting. Somebody here, the current is flowing, and somebody is fighting. They're sitting there with their arms crossed. They are looking at it, but they're sitting there with the arm. That's frustrating. It's frustrating to talk to somebody, to try to tell somebody something when they're sitting there with this body language. You know they're only half listening to you. It's the type of person that asks, this energy would belong to the type of person, or a person in this energy would be somebody who asks you a question, right? But has an answer that they want in mind. So when you say something different, they react poorly. They start flailing around and get all mad about it. If you don't give this person's not getting the answer they want to hear from the universe. I can promise you that, with that 3 swords bookending the devil. And here's them flailing around. It's creating a whole lot of pressure. It's jamming up the whole river. What's going on here with the Ace of Swords? What's red with the Ace of Swords? 5 of Pentacles. It's a truth. It's exactly what I described. It's a truth they don't want to hear. We leave ourselves out in the cold. Somebody's leaving themselves out in the cold. You can see it here. He's leaving himself out in the cold. Blondie ready to go. You can't see it in this picture, but she's not wearing any pants. There's no bottoms. She's ready to go, right? She just left the top on, whatever, you know. But it's somebody leaving themselves out in the cold by sitting like this. There's these truths that are coming up for them to look at. They're defensive to it, but they're looking at it anyway, and it wanted to reveal itself. It's a 10 of Cups right there. Somebody here definitely wants to be happy, but what they're having to realize is that what they thought was happiness is actually a whole bunch of fairyland bullshit. It is. They bullshit a lot. There's a lot of bullshit here about how happy they are about their life or whatever. And the universe, quite frankly, fuck the universe. I'm getting tired of it, because I have to swim in this to pull these readings. I'm getting tired of it. I don't even watch the news anymore. I'm tired of societal energies. It's mind-blowing. People need to learn to admit when they got something wrong, or admit when they don't know something. It takes a high vibrational energy to do that, and unfortunately we're surrounded by low vibrational energies. When they don't know something, they make something up, right? You know what one of the biggest jobs right now is? It's turning into a multi-billion-dollar industry. Fact checker, right? They're not even hiring reporters anymore. They're just hiring fact checkers, because there's so much bullshit floating around. People just say anything, right? Well, again, I have it here. I have bullshit here. The soulmate cycle is a direct reflection of societal energies, and I'm just tired of it. Man, you know what you want. Go get it. They leave themselves out in the cold because it's not the truth they want to hear. It's truth that's rooted in devil energy, and it creates 3 swords. It causes pain, and this person always reflects as like a King of Wands. Their idea of how the King of Wands deals with that is just to brush it off and pretend it's not there. Pretend it never happened, right? Like I always give the example of that person that trips on the sidewalk, and rather than just admit their mistake and let people laugh at them, they pretend they planned to do it. Oh, I planned that. Yeah. No, you didn't. You know, it's really like that. So somebody leaving themselves out in the cold here. What are these truths? Let's find out. Let's shuffle. Why is the Ace of Swords here? I'm going to clarify a couple of them. I'm going to clarify this and this, okay? Because I want to see if they come out of the cold. I think they might. I was encouraged by Cancer's reading today. All right, and I promised them that I would do one on their monthly reading because of how that came out. And there's a lot going on here in the energy. This is for everyone, of course. You know, this is just me pulling on the energies of right now and what's happening. Well, we're in the thick of it. Mercury has moved into Taurus, right? We'll start to see some action on some of this around the time after the full moon. We'll talk about the full moon when I pull on that. All right, it'll probably be in a day or two. Maybe on Wednesday, I'll pull on the full moon, which is the moon of getting real. And that's what we're calling it here at Steve's Love Tarot. It's getting real. It's time where the act no longer works. Pretending to be something you're not no longer works. All right. There's a lot of truth coming in here. Archangel Michael energy is permeating the core energy for sure. And that's an energy of truth. It's a frequency. It's actually several frequencies of truth energy. It's always healing, but it's not always what we want to hear. What's going on here with the Ace of Swords? What's going on? What's happening? Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune. It's not what they want to hear. It's the opposite of what they want to hear. If they pay attention to it, they can come in from out of the cold. There's no doubt about it. What's on top? There it is. I talked about it. I talked about it just a bit ago when I was talking about frustration and how it's heat energy. Look at all the heat right here. Someone who, I don't want to hear that. Someone who asks, it's just an example, but it's a good one. Someone who asks you a question. They ask you for help, right? You give them the answer, an honest, solid answer. And because it's not the one that they had in their mind that they wanted to hear, they react violently, or they get triggered by it, or they freak out. This person here is freaking out at these truths that are coming up. And it's very frustrating to watch. It's very frustrating if you're having a fun day at the river trying to inner tube down and enjoying the currents, enjoying your life like someone like me does, to see someone trying to fight a current that they can't fight. You're not going to win. We don't choose the energy that's around us. That's why you just go with it. You can control your reaction to it. One of those things is a free will decision to ignore it. Okay? And that's where these runners have gotten into trouble. They love to ignore it. They love to just pretend that something doesn't, we see it with the Queen of Wands, Fakey McFakerman. Right? Somebody here is going round and round and round. They know it's the truth, but no. But maybe I can just ignore it, but no. It creates a frustrating heat energy. All right? What's the center card red with the Wheel of Fortune? 8 Cups. At the end of the day, whatever that devil represents for your person is different for all of you. But at the end of the day, it's karma that they were blowing out in this lifetime. Have karmic debt that they were paying off. It's past its expiration date. They stayed so too long, and that comes up all the time. It does. It's time to go. But this person, this Wheel of Fortune spins this 8 of Cups. So this 8 of Cups is doing this, round and round and round. It's exactly what this says, and it's frustrating as fuck to watch. This is that person that I'm at the river with, where I'm having fun flowing down the river, and they're over here yelling and screaming, no, I want to go this way, no, I want to go that way, no. And it's terrible to watch. It's awful. Plus they're scaring all the fish away. Okay? At the end of the day here, this person is frustrating, and they're getting frustrated, and it's causing pain though with that 3 of Swords that we saw. What's red with frustration? The Chariot. The soulmate, it's a focus on the soulmate cycle. This card for me, it's Cancerian energy, it's major arcana. For me, as the energy reflects when I throw this card, it represents this soulmate cycle because it's Cancerian themed. That's the hot spot of the cycle. The North Node was in Cancer when the cycle began. That said, this soulmate, again, I'll tell you the same thing I told the Cancers earlier. This person has never made, I see it because it's red with the 2 of Pentacles, never made a decision about you. They keep you in some kind of purgatory, in some kind of limbo. And right now it's biting them in the ass because the universe is prepping. It's getting ready. First half of the month, we have our chance to make some decisions, allow things to flow, go with the flow, take a que sera, sera attitude, because in the second half of the month, the energy picks up speed. We hit a part of the river where the current really picks up. It is strong, and it'll make our perception of time go faster. This year may fly by, and I've already said that many times since the beginning of the year. But also, life comes at you fast. I could say things along those lines, and that's not good. When the river comes at you fast and you're busy flailing around, I don't know if they're 8 broken cups. I guess they're not. On this Witch's deck here, these cups don't look broken, right? They really don't, because somebody's trying to convince themselves that they're not. And what I've got here is somebody who's basically getting truths about that devil energy that it's not the answer they want. It's not the easy way out. The King of Wands always likes to take the easy way, and your runners always reflect as the King of Wands. They've been coming up that way for a long time. All right, so we know about the pressure. We talked about it. We got Billy Joel's Pressure ringing in my head right now. Even though those lyrics might mean something to you, look them up. Even if a song comes into a reading, even if it's not your kind of music, the lyrics are just words. They're written, okay? It doesn't matter what it is. So there might be something in those lyrics. You can Google the lyrics to any song. It doesn't matter. Just Google Billy Joel Pressure lyrics, and it'll come up. It'll be the first thing. You'll see the paragraphs right there, and maybe there's something in there that'll help you make sense of the reading, because it is ringing in my head, and it's not a song I listen to on a regular basis. Probably haven't heard it in a decade. All right, let's go. 5 of Pentacles. So they leave themselves out in the cold, but I don't think they could stay out here long. Well, not with all this pressure building, not with all this truth coming in. Truth is healing, right? Even the universe, this person needs to go with the flow. The universe is pointing them in your direction. Notice it's hotter on one side over here. That's kind of the way I read the energy. What's going on with the 5 of Pentacles? What's the end result of this? Oh shit, if I get the moon. I didn't get the moon, but I did get the Emperor. Yeah. I have a picture of the Emperor right here leaving themselves out in the cold, don't I? The environmental energy is someone sitting here with all their shit, and this is you off over here, just having fun at the river. Somebody here is Pouty McPouty Pants, sitting here with all their stuff, wearing a suit of armor to protect themselves so they don't have to be vulnerable. That's a suit of armor that protects from any feelings that might come in. Oh, whoa, we don't want that. I don't know what happens with this. I don't know where this goes. Because he's looking longingly over here, and that makes sense because it's fueled by the Nine of Cups. Okay, emotional fulfillment. Yeah, this used to be very fulfilling for them, but it's not anymore. I'm drawn to where he's looking. What's on top here? Yeah, the Knight of Wands. They can't sit in this cold. They won't be able to. They won't be able to keep... This will get too hot to handle, right? Way too hot to handle. I mean, I dare I say, under this energy, and again, each side is going through their own shit here. You guys have the benefit of people like me who can tell you about the energy and tell you to just relax in it, okay? Don't overthink it. Don't go crazy with it. Just let it flow. It's flowing for a reason. This side is not listening. They're not here. So they're trying to fight that current. They can't. It's going to get too hot to handle here. Somebody here, it's going to fling them out of the cold. And whether or not they stay out, I don't know. That's a very in and out energy. What's the center card? Red with the Emperor. Yeah, the Six of Wands. Eventually, he gets up off the chair and comes over here and changes some things. Okay, that's the way the wind is blowing energetically. Doesn't mean I can predict what a 3D person's going to do. Again, they have free will. You always have the free will to ignore the energy around you. Don't change it all. Just stay the same, right? But unfortunately for your runners, they can do that. But it creates pressure and 3 swords because this is part of the soulmate cycle. This is a deep soul connection, and there's karmic debt being collected. And the universe, all karmic debt is collected. It always is. If you don't do it in this lifetime, it carries over to the next one. All right? A lot of you DFs have blown this out. You don't have this karmic debt coming with you in the next lifetime, which means this person may not be. Their karmic debt's going to play out with someone else, some other energy around them. They won't know why. They won't run into you. It won't happen. So it is what it is. Each side, the universe trying to balance each side here. But yeah, it does indicate with the Six of Wands that assuming the heart chakra stays open, he might get up off that throne. What's red with the Knight of Wands? Will he stay off it though? The Ace of Wands. Only time will tell. This is one of the Ace of Wands can blow out in the wind like a match. Okay? Somebody here with the Ace of Wands red with the Knight of Wands, okay, and he's carrying that wand. This is a brave, impulsive action on crack. This person may just show up out of nowhere. And I believe it because I did get 2 towers in the Cancer reading earlier today, and they were both very important. The universe basically saying which way the wind is likely to blow. Yeah, they can't sit in the cold. They're not going to be able to. If they can keep the heart chakra open, they'll come out of it. But whether it stays lit or not, I think depends upon you. And I think that's a good part of what part of the Taurus in Mercury and Taurus reading taught me. Okay, and which I hopefully shared with all of you. But it's up to you what you do with this person. It really is. I saw it in the Cancer extended as well. It's up to you. You have all the power here, for sure. Let's see if there's anything else the universe wants to tell you. So, again, it's just, they're not getting, the truth's coming to the surface, but it's not a truth that they want to hear. Probably because it requires some kind of action on their part. This Emperor energy right here is lazy. A lot of times it's stubborn. We read it that way, but it's kind of lazy about making changes. All right? He's kind of, well, I got all my stuff here, got my armor on, but boy, that looks good off in the distance. I suppose I could see the value in moving towards my 9 cups, and it's funny that this spinning 8 of cups is here, right? We talked about it, because the person on the card is walking toward their 9 cups. Well, the Emperor is sitting on top of 9 cups. What was 9 cups is no longer good. What were 8 cups for them originally are now broken and past their expiration date. Let's see what else the universe wants to tell you. Anything. Give me 1 card and a crossing card. All right. Let's see. What's the universe want to tell you before we go here? So on your side, allow the energy to flow. Whatever happens, happens. You may pick up on this energy, and it wouldn't surprise me with all the frustration here, as irritability. You might get irritable for no reason, okay? Keep that in mind if you start getting snippy with people, okay, over the course of the next week or so. You're all moving at different speeds on your timeline. So if you start getting snippy, or you just wake up on the wrong side of the bed, in a bad mood, it probably has a lot to do with this, because I can tell you I'm swimming in this and I'm fucking frustrated. I'm pissed. I'm at the river trying to have a good time, and I took this fool with me. And they're flailing around trying to find, well, what the hell, why don't you just relax and have fun? They can't relax in this energy. And you're connected to them, so you might pick up on that. So don't let it fuck up your day. All right? Just sort of tell the universe you don't want that energy. Just say, no. Or stop it is the magic words, really. All right, one card and a crossing card. What else you want to tell everyone, universe? What else you want to say? God damn it. This was here. It's been here. I've seen this go by 5, 6 times while I was shuffling. This 6 of Wands is the environmental energy around you. What's on top? Knight of Pentacles. This is a very simple message. It's for you. If you want victory, right? Keep your heart chakra open. Allow the energy to flow. This is a reliable energy. It's a steady energy. Right now, this energy that's happening, I should probably tell you, in the first half of the month, I said the second half picks up speed. Right now, it's a leisurely inner tube ride down a river. It actually is. There are parts where it gets choppy, and then there's parts where it's smooth for you to process the choppy. So that's you're going to get to the destination. You will get to this victory. Just know that. Just try to relax. This guy is totally que sera, sera. What will be, will be. Whatever happens, happens. He got a fucking racehorse. He got so much time, he's not even riding it. He's walking. Even the horse is confused. It's like, why'd you buy me? You know, I know I'm retired, but I'm still pretty fast. At the end of the day here, this is an important energy for you. Slow and steady wins the race here in the first half of April. Remember that. Please. I know they're not listening. Right? You see what happens when you try to flail against the current here, and then they're going to have to run real fast to catch up to you if they want to. When they do come out of the cold, I get fast energy, fast explosive energy here. I get all wands here. Hurry up. Better start running, because it's much too late to jog, like I said on the Taurus Mercury video. The reason they're in all this frustration and all this heat is here, and all this bullshit, is because they're flailing against the current. They think it's a sprint. It's a marathon. Keep that in mind. All right? Nice and slow. If you want to pick up speed at the very end when you get toward the finish line, fine. Speed's going to pick up anyway in the second half of the month. So just be cool. You're on a beach, chilling out. Whatever it is, find a neutral place for yourself. Whatever your neutral place is. Mine's in a kestrel field, watching kestrels hunt, which are a small falcon, for people who don't know what kestrels are. People ask me that all the time. You talk about a kestrel field. What's a kestrel? It's a small falcon. That's all. We could call it a falcon if we wanted to, but we just don't. They used to be called a sparrowhawk back in the day. We don't call them that anymore either. Apparently, lots of name changes happening. Anyway, at the end of the day, that's the message for you. And it fits perfectly with this reading. In fact, this final message to you with this guy right here, got all the time in the world, got everything he needs, walking, not bothering riding a racehorse, doesn't want to miss anything along the way. That's why. And that's where your victory is. This energy right here for you, surrounded by them, shows the dichotomy here. And it shows why, if you're picking up on this energy, it might make you a little irritable. Because I'm a little irritable about it. I'm annoyed that somebody would be this shit stupid as to not just flow with the energy. Why fight it? You're fighting something you can't fight. If the Hulk is standing in front of me, I'm not going to throw a punch. I ain't going to win. You know, I'm just, okay, we'll just do whatever you want, big green guy. You know, it's like that. This person here is trying to fight what they can't win. And it's very frustrating to see. But these truths, Archangel Michael energy is persistent. It's very persistent. It's a sword for a reason here. It cuts through. It will cut through, and it looks like they do come out of the cold. But when they do, it's a real rush job, and I'm not sure whether they stay out of the cold or not. We'll have to find out. We're tracking the energy here, so we'll keep tracking it. That's your reading. It's very nice for you. Very frustrating for them. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. If you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate all the subscribers, everybody who shares, and everybody who watches. And I encourage everybody to check out the Cancer reading. Check out Mercury and Taurus. All of that is important. The Cancer reading is all signs, you know, and they always are on some level. Take what resonates and dismiss what doesn't. But a lot of this is leading up to a very revealing full moon, which we've got coming up. And again, I'll probably pull on that on Wednesday. And it's the get real moon. It really is. No, the pretending is over, kind of a thing. All right. It allows you to be your true, authentic self. It really can, if you allow it. That said, that's your reading. Good luck.